Neither player going to coup.
Nope. They
So we're
like
going to
this
get
matchup.
underway. Turn 1 coin Wild Growth into shade for orange versus
Yeah.
Clockwork Gnome and Snow Chugger for Strifecro.
Interesting, interesting. It's funny because Orange actually thought about cooing, right? There's a thing with the way he moved his screen, but then he has a wild growth and there's a shade, and he went like, yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of want to play this one out.
Yeah, I think he's ready to go for it. The other thing too is he could have been trying to bait Strifecro into cooing.
Oh,
That's a possibility as well. Archmage Antonitis finds its way into the hand, and this is something that used to be Dr. Boom and Strifecro's deck. And Brian Kibler's actually talked a lot about his thoughts on having Archmage in Mech Mage decks and how it gives it sort of a different dimension when it's heading into the late game. And frankly, I have to agree with all the spare parts and stuff that you're getting. Just the idea that you could have extra fireballs in the end game and still having a large body as a threat, that feels like a fantastic card to me.
yeah, and actually, I'm pretty sure that Strifecro is still playing Doctor Boom with the Antonitis. I mean, the two
Oh,
main
really?
threats. Yeah, of course, of course. I'm pretty sure that I would be 99% sure on that because the boombots not only are insanely powerful, they are mechs itself. So you get an extra synergy there. But anyways, yeah, double shade is pretty insane here. One of the better starts. Strifecro did whiff out on a lot of draws because he did decide to, mulligan the Yeti, of course. You want to look for, mech warpers and like spider tanks and stuff like that. But Strifecro's next turn is not looking pretty good.
I don't think that fireballing is the worst thing in the world here. I mean, he does have 6 points of damage on the board.
Your
Uh,
opponent's face?
I don't think it's that bad.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
I mean,
That's
he's got 18 points of damage right here with 1 full attack and 2 fireballs.
interesting.
I
Okay,
mean,
we'll see.
if he doesn't draw anything else,
To the dome, right?
you have to eventually use this mana somehow.
You're one of the guys
I
who
imagine this
love
shade's
using.
I imagine this shade's gonna be attacking though. That was really a tiebreaker there. And oh, what a
Oh,
perfect
never
card
mind.
up right now too.
Right. It's funny because you're one of the guys who loves using Drew of the Charge. Like 95% of the time, just charge his face. Just charge his face. Such an admirable thing to do.
I definitely charge that guy a lot. And call me crazy, but I think it's gonna get charged here as well.
All right.
It could also be Spectral Knight too.
Yeah, Spectral Knight is pretty good. You can also taunt up with Drew of the Claw. That's pretty sweet. Really brings out the versatility of Drew of the Claw, anyways. So there it is. And the fireball is going to be used. There's the target.
Well, if Fireball gets used, he cannot play Mech Yeti, and he can't ping the Shade also. So Orange actually doing a really good job here of unveiling his Shades to help buy himself some tempo too. He suffered a lot of early damage, and he has to start stemming that somewhere, and this is where he's going to end up doing it. Strifecro going to take out this Shade.
And
Not
the
a big surprise.
Is the rusty horn. That's a pretty good impression, actually. if you're using your voice to do it.
Yeah, I was. I have like a button here. I just have like a giant rusty horn button that I press.
Okay, I see. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, here's a pretty good clear, and now Orange looks like he stabilized, but the stabilization did cost him 14 life. And we'll see what Strifecro decides to do here. 6 mana.
Are still in this list too. I'm like really surprised. Actually,
really?
I'm not surprised. Strifecro always plays Azure Drake. This is just the most Strifecro card in the game.
I'm pretty sure I know the whole list. The only question I have right now for Strifecro's list is that if he runs Mad Scientist with Mirror Entity. We see that Mech Mages have been preferring that kind of style as well, because, I mean, just so much tempo from the Mad Scientist when it dies and actually pulls out a Mirror Entity, right? We mentioned that how happy you are when a 2/2 Mad Scientist for 2 mana death rattles into a 4/6, for example, right? That's insane. Mechanical Yeti with a armor plating, actually. Gonna use one of those spare parts and buff it out of the range of the Shredder and Hero Power.
Orange's turn is... God, this is a tough one. Wow, he's acting really quick.
Well, Wrath is a pretty good draw, right? I would say that, I drew Wrath. Oh, I'm going to play the Wrath. I'm going to play the Spectral Knight as well. I think that's a pretty easy turn here. Just because the Wrath was drawn. If the Wrath wasn't drawn, then it'll be a bit harder.
Definitely a strong turn. Takes the freezing, the emergency coolant too. Which I think it actually feels like a pretty big deal here.
very big deal because Sylvanas might see some play in Orange's next few turns, and freezing that Sylvanas is really, really important.
I imagine this is going to be Azure Drake and the Snow Chugger.
Of course.
Chugga.
The Crypt Chugga impression. Probably one of the best. Swipe here is pretty decent, I have to say. You get to clear the board and develop a 2/4. But of course, Keeper of the Grove in this matchup, you really want to target the Antonidas. The only card that actually counters that is like a stealth on the Antonidas. But at this point, if you're 16 health, do you really want to hold on to the Keeper? Like right now, I'm analyzing Orange's hand, and it's like you have the Ancient of Lore, so effectively you might be at 21. Drawing against a Mech Mage is not really that strong. So yeah, I would just play the Keeper right now and actually hope that he doesn't have Antonidas.
Yeah, we've headed into like a pretty dangerous turn here for Strifecro too, because now he has to be considering just a single Savage Roar and how much damage that would deal. Which right now that'd be 12. I mean, that would be 16 points of damage. So he's getting into some dangerous territory here where he has to figure out, how he moves forward with these next couple turns, how he finds lethal to actually finish his opponent, but how he doesn't die in the same vein.
Yeah, and here's the power of Special Net, like really being showcased, right? It doesn't get affected by the coolant at all. So I mean, Archmage into coolant, the Spectral Net is pretty strong. I mean, Orange already used Wrath, already used Swipe. So if the Archmage is going to come down with only 4 damage on the board, it's really not going to go anywhere. But this Spectral Net is making things a little bit tricky.
Yeah, Special Knight seems like a really, really strong adjustment to the Undertaker nerf. Because one of the reasons that card wasn't very good is because it doesn't do anything when your opponent's board is full of small minions and they have a big lead and they're dealing you a lot of damage. But now that you're not going to be seeing that as often, Spectral Knight just makes a ton of sense again, because Frostbolt and Swipe and Wrath and things like that are like one of the best ways to generate tempo through the mid game is to pick off something that has already been damaged and then play your own big minion going in. Mm-hmm. So Spectral Knight it makes perfect sense.
Well, here you are. Strifecro is going to use the coolant and uses the Ancestors Blade, correctly analyzing that this is the way to win. And oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
jeez.
God. That was very important because otherwise he might have to use the hero power or even use the coolant and make the Antonidas stay on the board. But with the swipe, this is just... Antonidas is just dead.
Yeah, and Spectral Knight's going to stick around too. It can't be hero powered afterwards, which is something he's really looking forward to.
That's right. 4/1 Spectral Knight is one of the best minions against a mage. One of the best. Could he be thinking about something else?
He definitely could. I mean, you definitely want to weigh all your options still.
Ooh! Ooh! What do you think about that one? Now that is a ballsy play, I have to say.
So, let's his opponent to 17. He's got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 minutes. Oh, he's setting up for lethal. Oh, jeez.
That is really ballsy. Oh, man. Oh, wow.
Strifecro actually may be able to sustain through this now because of the Rusty Horn. So,
Da-da-da. Oh, geez.
Gosh, this is gonna be tough. I kind of like launching 2 fireballs in his face and taunting my guy and hoping it works.
Well, I kind of like playing a Shredder here and just playing one of the fireballs with the Rusty Horn because you have 2 fireballs anyways. But then with your play, it does actually counter something like Ancient of Lore, healing yourself, right? So yeah, double fireball seems to be really, really good here with the.
My thought on the double fireball is that I don't see much of a difference being made when you play the piloted shredder and how the game moves forward. Like if your opponent has a way to deal with the Antonidas or a way to push through it, you pretty much are just going to lose the game anyway. So
right.
If that's the case, playing around something like Antique Healbot is like I think one of your best courses of action. But you don't play around Antique Healbot entirely. But Ancient Allure is obviously the one that sticks out in your mind when you think of a Druid deck. Mm-hmm. I would like to see him use 2 fireballs here and just really hope for the best. Yeah, I think that's what he's gonna do.
Yep. Such an admirable play, right? Just dome it.
Wow, look at that! Strifecro gonna launch 12 points of damage at his opponent's face.
It's lethal for Orange. Oh my god! He can just steal the Antonidas, swipe into a fireball, and win the game.
Oh my gosh.
Oh My God, Antonitis has backfired on Strifecro and it's actually gonna spawn a fireball for Orange instead. Wow, that Sylvanas play really paid off.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that. I didn't
Oh,
see the fireball being generated. Wow, Orange is gonna go up 1-0 over Strife Pro. What a way to end the game. I wasn't even looking at that.
wow.
That's like
That was
that's
pretty good.
crazy. That's crazy. I have
That was pretty damn good.
all right, maybe there was some merit to coup.
Nope. I mean, it's a mirror
And
match, right?
yeah,
We
we
kind of
got
analyzed that.
yeah, we
Mirror match.
talked about that. I mean, we got ourselves a game here, boys. This is a potentially a turn 1 wild growth and turn 2 shade
Mhm.
for Strifecro here, but is he valuing the coin more so to have sort of a stronger curve because he can still play turn 1 zombie chow into turn 2 wild growth, into
Right?
turn 3 shade or turn 3 coin druid of the I mean, he's got so many different options here. He's got to navigate through this and figure out which one's best.
But getting the shade ASAP on the board seems to be super, super good. So he's gonna go with the coin wild quickly.
Yeah, I would tend to favor Shade and Exoramus for sure.
Oh, Orange whiffs on the draw, so it's looking pretty good for Strifecro at the moment. Not that he knows it. Orange's hand is actually very, very, very bad.
Wow. Second wild growth gets picked up.
How is about that? I feel like if you have two wild growths, you really need to draw the Ancient of Lore, right? I mean, you're spending 2 cards for mana gain, and then the system kind of, tilts itself, where you have actually more mana they can use.
Sylvanas is a really important draw. That's actually one of the more crucial cards I'd say in these sorts of matchups. Is just
Mhm.
stuff that changes the way that your opponent has to approach the board position.
Right. BGH has to be a play here because Orange needs some semblance of a tempo play.
Oh,
And I mean, it's perfectly fine, right? I mean,
yeah.
it's kind of like a Harvest Golem. Remember when Druids used to play Harvest Golem in Druids for the combo? And then they feel like, oh yeah, what does Harvest Golem actually kill? It's nothing, right? So even 2 copies of BGH and play 1 copy with 4 attack minion on the board, sometimes it's just a bit better.
Yeah. Anyways, he picks up the Ancient Allure you were just talking about. And
That's
this
fun.
is this is going to be in a little bit late on Orange's side of the board, but still going to be effective. He's going to be able to get Sylvanas down to turn early. I'm curious if he's going to trade this big game hunter for this zombie chow or not.
Well, I mean, if you don't trade, your opponent could say do a Wrath or something, or do Keeper of the Grove, for example, and then gain back Temple. So, oh, he's actually gonna risk it. Why not?
Yeah, I think it's okay to go for Dome here if your opponent has something like Wrath, or I think you want them to use Keeper of the Grove too. I think it's something else that's in his mind. Is if Strifecro decides that he wants to get a little bit more tempo and chooses to Keeper this, Sylvanas is going to stick to the board a little bit more often in terms of not getting silenced. And if he wants a Wrath, it means he's not playing a 5 or a 6 drop.
That's true. But all right, we're gonna see a Druid of the Charge.
Yep. And this might be the turn that the Shade gets unveiled.
Well, I mean, why not, right? I mean, it's a 4/4. Both of your minis are
Yeah.
4/4s. So if you
Oh
can kill the
gosh.
Druid, you can kill the Shade anyway. So let's not waste 4 damage. Sylvana is gonna cause some little troubles here.
Yep.
Go to 5/5.
Oh
Oh,
jeez.
okay. Here's the thing I hate doing. I hate playing a Sylvanas into a Sylvanas. It never works out well. Never does.
It usually doesn't.
I hate that.
Wow, look at Strifecro's. Look at he just slumped back in his seat too.
Is go like, oh god.
It's like the last thing you wanted to see.
Yep. It's funny because Sylvana says she has no time for games, but every time she comes out, it's like a game, you know?
Wow, he's gonna trade both of his minions into
Oh!
Sylvanas.
Oh, that is terrible. Exactly what Orange wanted to see, actually.
Yeah, Strifecro. This isn't like the worst thing in the world for Strifecro. Wow, he's playing Ancient of Wars. Of course, we figured that from the Zombie Chows. Doctor Boom gets picked up for Orange, and what a way to seize the board. Strifecro's got swipe available, and Kel'Thuzad comes into hand. Strifecro's got to be careful though. This Ancient of War could certainly backfire if he chose to play that. I gotta believe this is a Sylvanas turn.
Oh god, and you can only play 1 creature here, right? That's the problem of Ramp Druid as well. If you don't have anything else to play along with your high drop, then it tends to backfire a little bit. Yeah, Ancient of War is definitely pretty scary in this situation. So so far this could see Pretty good play here. What about this? You play Sylvanas, hero power bomb. The bomb hits the Sylvanas, and the Ancient of Lore goes to the other bomb and hits the Sylvanas as well.
You're just dreaming, and I like it. I think it's what he's gonna try to do, honestly.
Strifecro feels like dreaming. One might even say he's on cloud 9. Oh no, the dream is wasted. Oh, that was, oh man. Okay. Now Orange still has to deal with the Sylvanas. It's just 2 health. So
Strifecro, you can. I can imagine him sitting in his seat, and he's like, "No Keeper of the Grove, no Keeper of the Grove, no Keeper of the Grove."
Yeah, pretty much. Oh man. So what do you do if you're Orange here? It's definitely a very funky situation here. Wrath for a card. Oh man.
This is tough. I mean, this is really tough.
Wait, how much damage can you push if you just, just do YOLO Drift the Claw and then charge? That's like 11 plus 6.
17.
17.
Yeah.
So you can't really, poke your way through, I guess. Oh boy. Gonna wrap his own Dr. Boom for a card draw. And
oh my gosh!
Wow!
What a draw from
Wait.
Orange.
Whoa. What if he Keeper goes and kills this? Can he do that?
Yeah, he just swipes. Do you mean like deal 2 damage to it?
He deals 2 damage to it and he steals a Keeper of the Grove. Wouldn't that be something? Oh man, just imagine if he used the Wrath on the Sylvanas instead. Oh.
Yeah, he wanted to set up the swipe though. His intention was to attack the Sylvanas, leave the Doctor 1, have it shift over the other side of the board, and then swipe the Ancient Lore to kill at 1 health and the Ancient Lore.
Yeah.
And he just happened to he just hit Jin.
That's right. Oh man, if Orange was just a little bit more YOLO, he could have got a super good clear, right? But now the Sylvanas and the swipe looks like it's gonna clear very, very well, Oh man. One could dream. One could dream. And the Drill the Claw here is a perfect card to draw as well.
Just charge it. Oh,
No!
come on.
That'd be a taunt. Of course, Admirable is a little bit disappointed about that.
Well, I think he feels comfortable with his opponents that his opponent doesn't have Black Knight.
Mm-hmm.
So certainly a benefit there.
Well, actually, if he does have Black Knight, then you use the Drill of the Claw to kind of bait it out, and then Ancient of the War kills creatures.
That's exactly what I mean. I think he feels comfortable that Orange doesn't have Black Knight right now. So Ancient of War could certainly come down right here. But Cenarius is kind of a clunky card. I think I would tend to favor Cenarius here, honestly.
Well, another thing you want to think about is whether your opponent has like a lot of burn, huh? So if the Cenarius comes down here, I guess it's fine. Yeah, I guess it's totally fine. Huh. Do you want to kill the Shredder though?
I don't think so.
Okay, just go for face. Let your opponent deal with the situation. If you hit a Shredder, you're effectively giving it Wind Fury, I guess.
Yeah, I think killing the Lothar is fine too. He wants to deny Savage Roar targets.
Okay, makes sense. So Orange's next stroke could be pretty huge here. What is it gonna be?
That has got to be the worst card in his deck. After he drew one of the best cards he possibly could just a couple turns ago, now he draws one of the worst, and he's facing down a 5/10 taunt.
That's not happy times. Shredder's gonna pop out a Micro Machine.
A new Undertaker.
Oh yeah, that grows. Summon a free Death Rattle that dies at the end of turn, I guess, right? Oh man. You hate to see it happen when the combo druid is playing taunts. That's just not good. Now, Strifecro could theoretically just buff up this Ancient of War and kill the bear. That's one of the plays. You could also play another minions. Play the Keeper, kill the thing. I always forget the name, Micro Machine, and then just hero power of Descension as well. That's a pretty good turn. There's just a lot of options here.
It feels to me like stabilizing is going to be one of his top priorities. So I think that Keeper of the Grove is certainly coming out this turn.
Okay.
But then it's just a matter of how he chooses to move forward from there. Like I imagine it's going to be Tez Dingo and hero power, and then the next turn is going to be followed up by either Kel'Thuzad or a heal. But there's also a lot of merit to using like Ancient of War into the bear, and then hero powering it, and then just healing your Ancient of War.
Whoa. That's kind of scary though. If you're just playing a minion that heals a taunt and your opponent might drop Black Knight or whatnot, it's like you're not really doing much. So I do, Strifecro is gonna go with the go with the play that we previously said. Just clear the board, stabilize. We do know that druids do not really have direct damage across from taunts, so yeah, I like that.
Yeah, this is looking really grim for orange right now.
Ooh!
Oh, that's a really strong one to pick up right now, though. 2 extra cards.
That's one of the good cards to top deck. Wrath is also pretty sweet.
Spectral Knight. Oh, gosh. This
Oh
is
no,
so
what
cool.
should I do? I guess you can only choose one. Get it? Choose one, druid.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm full of
definitely am going with Wrath here.
Oh man, but we know that if orange wraps, then Strifecro has an insane KT turn.
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh gosh, this is gonna be painful.
Yep.
Strifecro about to seize complete control of this game, though.
That's right.
He's gonna think through his options first, though.
If he actually plays KT and hero powers, does he die to the combo? Oh, actually, no, he can't because 5 health is like the magic number, right?
Yeah, because the way that the damage is split up.
Yeah. So if orange actually does pick up a force of nature, Descension is basically at 7 health, so 5 is equal to 7.
So rough. He's gonna be Strife coach this turn.
All right. KT it is. And boom. Would you play a 6/8 that summons a 3/5 taunt and 2/4? I would.
No, not at all. That sounds horrible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't believe he's playing this card.
Oh,
unbelievable! Gosh. Wow, how lucky.
Man.
It's okay. He doesn't get to summon all of his minions back every turn anymore. Bright side. Yeah, this game is really slipping away from orange now. Strifecro just in a commanding position.
Right. Wait. What if you just silence Descension and pass? Whoa.
Oh, you're going for the win.
Whoa.
Well, silence Descension play the Spectral Knight, and obviously.
What? No. If you silence Descension and don't play the Spectral Knight, there is absolutely no way that Strifecro can actually get that back, get the top back. You got what I mean?
Oh.
Right?
You can wrath it.
Like no, you can wrath it for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's what orange is going for though. Orange is going straight for the win here.
Yeah, but now with the keeper, of the Grove, Strifecro could kill his own Senjin and get a taunt back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can just play the scenarios, for example. That's perfectly fine too. But that would be an interesting thing we can take note of, you know? So yeah.
Yeah, the scenarios keeps him out of range too. I gotta believe this is Cenarius.
Wait. Do you win with Cenarius? Okay, you don't. Okay, because otherwise Strifecro would have found it. Okay, yeah, you know, sometimes like if people don't kill their opponent, then they're lethal, you know. Yeah. And I trust someone like Strifecro to find lethal. So yeah.
Yeah, this is 17.
So... Wait. If he heals for 5, 14, 15.
Oh, he can hero power.
Hero powers. Yeah. It could be fine.
He'll be at 16, and then Orange will have access to 15 damage.
But yeah, that's fine too. I mean, Cenarius and Ancient of Lord both accomplish the same thing, I guess.
I don't see any cards in Orange decks that are getting out of this one. Maybe Azure Drake into Swipe. Deathwing, I predicted Deathwing. Oh, he gets a Pilot Shredder instead. So that's going to tie it up now. Strifecro's going to take game 2. And wow, what a grueling game that was. And even despite getting a massive amount of value from Sylvanas, or just just wasn't able to be enough.
Yeah, I
Strifecro-
mean, this match and the BGH draw was insane.
wow, just straight away.
Yeah. I mean, turn one. I mean, having the BGH with a giant is really, really strong.
Wow, there's a Sneed's Shredder in here too.
Wow. Like, I guess you don't need to. I guess because you're not Kit Kats, you have to play KT and Seeds so that you get that functionality going. You know,
You have to play it the real way,
the real way.
the fair way.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get to the fairway before you can get to the green.
Oh god, that just happened.
Now, see, here's something I'm curious about though: is what are the merits of innovating out something like Azure Drake here? Because this used to be a bad play,
right.
but Soulfire is not in like any Warlock deck anymore.
Yeah, I mean, innovating out a Azure right now does seem pretty good because you get more options. You do want some 4 drops and whatnot, but at the same time, you're looking at both your 8 drops. You really want to play them. But yeah, it's right. Handlocks are not running Soulfire anymore, so 4 health creatures are actually perfectly fine. They're safe.
Well, safe
Yeah.
enough.
Oh,
Safe
sorry.
enough. But Dark Bomb
Not
Mortal
safe.
Coil is going to have something else to say about it.
Yeah, that is the 4 mana Soulfire that draws a card. Pretty sweet. Pretty
Yeah.
sweet. Oh, how about
Ooh.
that? Just comes right back out. This is a weird turn, though.
Yeah, I think this is a hero power turn.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh,
But there's a really good chance he's going to have some beast in his sights.
That's right. Is Strifecro really contemplating of just throwing a keeper out there? I don't think so, right? Can't be the case.
I certainly think he's thinking about it, but I mean, he's just Strifecro. He's definitely going to weigh all of his options. I've certainly done it before. At very rare times, it's correct. And Orange, he's about to get some bad news here. Strifecro's about to start taking a little bit control over this game.
Yep. 3 mana, kill an 8/8. That's a pretty good deal. But I guess at the same time, it's just a 4 mana creature, right? It's a handlock after all.
You know, Big Game Hunter looks like Dusty from ZZ Top.
Looks like what?
He looks like Dusty from ZZ Top.
I have no idea what you're saying.
The band ZZ Top, it's like a really famous rock band, and they all have like giant beards.
Okay. Oh, of course you watched that band. Okay.
Well, they're from Texas too.
Yeah, sure. Big beards. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, have your pick. Do you want to sneeze right now and set up for the KT potential? Oh,
I think I slam Sneeds here, honestly. Like I just don't see another play.
However,
Like, even if it gets silenced, you're just totally fine with that. You still have a 5/7 on the board.
it's true. Well, Orange does have Sylvanas, but then Strifecro does have the Keeper, so you know it's just back and forth play.
He's got everything in check. I just think this is one of the best Sneeds turns that you can even have, I think.
Oh man.
Oh, this feels really dangerous.
Oh, you know, how's about a power overwhelming if Orange actually drew that? Wouldn't that be something?
Just the Sylvanas power.
That would have been so sweet.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Keeper of the Grove, 100% going to be coming out this turn.
100%? Are you sure?
Yes, I am 100% positive. He's going to be Keeper of the Grove.
Strifecro, do something else. Come on.
I'll tell you what. This is the wager. You know, you said you would treat me to dinner if someone was playing Deathwing. I'll treat you to dinner if Strifecro doesn't use Keeper of the Grove here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me just go on my Skype right now. 1 second.
Please do not Keeper.
I will give you $5,000 right now. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, silencing the Sylvanas, your follow-up play would be to just, I guess, just hit this Sludge Belcher, maintain as much health as you can on the Sneeds, just really push more value out of the card, really, right?
All right, we did it, Reddit.
We did it, Reddit. Oh,
speaking of silences.
But you know what the danger of this is? If you silence a Ramp Druid's cards, they don't remain silenced. They might unsilence themselves when they get reborn. Very spooky.
So deep.
Spooky.
You know, he doesn't have a way
But
to actually.
Orange
Yeah.
realizes this and just says, "Get out of my face." You know, I don't want
I
to
think
deal
it's
with it anymore.
I think it's a totally fine play right now.
Right.
So Strifecro, I mean, both these players have pretty much just gone back and forth on
Oh.
their minions here.
Mhm.
I actually really don't mind playing Ancient Allure in a
Really?
position like this,
Okay.
just to get into your deck. I mean, you have two Ancients Allure, but you know, at the same time, Wrath and then Mind Control Tech and Hero Power it looks so good.
It does look really, really good. But then at the same time, with a ramp druid, I actually like your play a bit more because with the ramp druid, you have to sometimes put a 5-drop with a 3-drop, a 7-drop with a 3-drop, right? So you do want those tiny spells. But I guess Strifecro decides that the Wrath is just too juicy right
You know,
now.
I really like playing the Druid of the Claw too, and just leaving the 2-1 there because the 2-1's not really a threat at all.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're not getting anything your opponent's not really getting anything out of it. So just playing a Druid of the Claw and taunt, and then keeping your board developed. And the other thing too is if the Iron Beak Owl doesn't run into this Druid of the Claw and it sticks around for a couple turns, it actually may end up being the difference in it activating a Mind Control Tech or not.
Well, yeah,
Like
I
for
guess.
instance, like if it sticks around the board and say he just played Dr. Boom this turn and didn't attack with the Iron Beak Owl.
Mhm. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
That would have been Jin. Yeah, that would be Jin.
Yeah, Orange is he's thinking about it too. He's I don't think he wants to get caught in a swipe or anything like that.
Oh yeah, but he's
Uh,
gonna risk it.
yeah, I probably would end up passing too. You have a Defender of Argus in your hand, so you know the possibility to get more value out of that is something that's certainly worth considering.
Well, 9-mana turn is pretty good for Ancient of Lore because 7 is pretty much 9. And you can weave in a hero power if you wish.
Or two
Oh!
Zombie Chows.
That's a double.
Those are really important right now. I mean, Strifeco's got it. He's already got a lot of cards. Wow, he's actually not playing the Zombie Chows. He's just going to favor killing the Sludge Belcher here.
Right. Favoring to play against Hellfire or Shadow Flame or something like that. And just saving the Zombie Chows for later. It's a really control and board matchup. I love these matchups, by the way. You know, you play the board, so you just have to play the board.
Yep. It's a constant fight.
Right. Love that. Tapping again here for Orange. Picks up a Shadow Flame. Not really going to see too much use right now. So Dr. Boom is obviously going to come down. And no Mind Control Tech, unfortunately. Don't think that Strifecro's running Leroy.
Just jams the Leroy down. He could play the Beast and then Big Game Hunter his own the Beast and then Mind Control Tech with an Innervate.
Oh, God. That is... Yeah, Innervate, you can do all sorts of shenanigans. So... damn it, Innervate. Here, Strifecro doesn't really have a good answer to this Dr. Boom, actually. Gosh.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to just kind of let sparks fly for a bit, just draw some cards and hope it works out. And he's got a second copy of Wrath, I assume. I'd be very surprised to see a second copy of BGH though.
I mean, I did play against Caldi in the Kingdom tournament, and he ran 2 Mind Control Attacks and 2 BGHs, and that was just the most insane thing ever.
That was pretty Undertaker nerf,
Oh,
right?
okay.
I mean, it had to have been.
Now, now you don't want the MC tags. I mean, you might still play 2 BGHs. That's still a viable.
Well, two BGHs now makes at least a little bit of sense. Striker going to try to protect his ancient lore here with one of these zombie chows. He's trying to get as much information as he can. Oh, that one's painful.
Oh, wait, one more time. One more time. Dodge the bomb.
Oh, that was a good one.
2 to the face. I like that.
This is some significant. Yeah, this is some significant Shadow Flame value here, though. If he wants to take it in this position.
But oh damn, these Molten Giants are not playable. They're just stuck in the hand.
I mean, that's something else. That Zombie Chows are actually really working against Orange's game plan here. You know, they're healing him for 5, but Strifeco's not focusing on killing his opponent. He's focusing on really beginning to choke out all of his threats so that he just doesn't have the reach to end the game.
So here's a lifetime Orange is gonna get the Mortal Core. That's not a bad draw.
That's an okay one.
Yeah, I mean, one of the benefits of playing double Mortal Coil is that you get rewarded by it, and you get deeper into your deck and find the more valuable ones, right? Oh,
yeah, he's picking up some okay cards here. This Twilight Drake's going to get taunted up and protect his 7/2 Doctor Boom that's left over, I imagine.
Right. You know what? I think it's actually fair that Orange gets a little bit rewarded here because you are playing two mortal cores, right? A lot of players right now, especially with the control matchups, they're playing super greedy. It's like, why would I want to play a mortal core when I can play a Black Knight instead, right? However, playing a mortal core means that you actually draw to those cards instead of like, end the game with like, still like 15 cards in your deck or whatnot.
I think Orange is a little bit worried about Black Knight, honestly. I think it's what made him so apprehensive to do that at the end, but I think you just got to go for it. I mean, even if you get Black Knight here, it's not like the worst position in the world. You're going to go back up to 27. You can keep life tapping. You have plenty of cards in your hand.
Right. No silence anymore available with Strifecro, so that's a problem.
If he keeps zombie chowing his opponent to 30 with a Kel'Thuzad out, he's never going to be able to play Molten Giants.
Interesting tactic. Keep on healing your opponent until they draw the 20th fatigue damage, right?
Oh, and Keeper the Grove gets picked up. That's a huge draw for Strifecro right now.
Oh my god. Oh, that's a play, right? Wow. You can just silence and swipe and clear the board and your zombie chow stays alive. It's a pretty good deal.
Wow.
Battle Cry deal 9 damage.
Yeah, that's all. Just 9.
9 damage. I don't think any other card does this in the game.
Yeah, but it's going to be a clean up on this board.
Oh
Everything's going down.
Like, my Ragnaros is so jealous right now. Alright. So there you go. Dies. And Orange, well... these Molten Giants, man. Oh.
Yeah, that zombie chow is about to die too.
Zombie is back up. Oh, God.
Here's something that's actually pretty interesting is that between Ancient Watcher and the Taunt Givers, there's going to have to be a risk of Orange getting 4 minions on the board and this Mind Control deck actually picking up some significant value.
Right. But you know what? I think Jiraxxus is a very, very good card to draw right now. Ram Druid against Jiraxxus is like terrible.
Yeah. If he gets to a turn where he can play Jiraxxus on a clean board, he's totally fine with it, but he's got to get to that position first. It looks like Orange is really struggling between Shadow Flame or Hellfire here, too.
Really? I think Hellfire plus a Ancient Watcher seems pretty good, right?
I don't even think I would play either of those guys. I think I'm just playing anti-Killbot.
What?
I mean, you're not going to be able to play Molten Giants anytime soon anyway.
Right, but if you keep on tapping, then you would, right? You really want the Molten Giants to get out of your hand before Jiraxxus comes down,
Yeah,
right?
I just don't see that happening. I mean, your opponent's got 6 cards in their hand, and they haven't played Sylvanas, they haven't played Cenarius, they haven't played Kel'Thuzad, they haven't played an Ancient of War.
Well, I mean, if Strifecro decides to poke the face, then you can play a Giant.
Steal 9-mana Giant. Yeah, this looks like
11-mana Giant.
Yeah, this looks like a Cenarius turn.
Is anything better? Not really.
I think there's a lot of justification for Sylvanas as well, but I actually don't think there's some merit in just attacking the 2-1 into the Ancient Watcher and then playing Kel'Thuzad.
Okay.
I think it's not the worst. I don't know. I like Cenarius Zombie Chow here. Feels like it's just one of the strongest combos you're going to get. He's going to go with Sylvanas, and this is sort of like in the same vein that Strifecro's playstyle is, where he's like trying to be really proactive and force the issue on his opponents and restrict their options while maximizing his own, rather than just trying to power through turns. So I mean, this makes a lot of sense with just his playstyle and where he moves forward. But this is still like a really tough play for your opponent because it's a dead steal on your benefit, but it does remove a card from their board. That's
true, and Ancient Watchers are pretty valuable with Handlock. But here, Orange could use Argus, could use Shadow Flame, and actually transfer the 2/3 to his opponent instead. Kind of like a pseudo board clear, where you're just turning their board into a 2/2, which is okay. And you can also follow that up with a Ancient Watcher of your own.
Do you play the other Ancient Watcher first and hope to give him another dead steal?
But it's actually a good card for you, right?
It's true.
Oh, it's actually quite tricky.
So many possibilities. My seal for Argus.
I mean, a 2/3 or a 4/5, that's definitely really hard. I guess I do value the Watcher a bit more.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think the Watcher's worth a little bit more. Oh, life tapping makes sense too.
The tap is gonna come out.
And like I said, he wants to get himself down.
Yeah.
This is all right. Now this looks like a good Cenarius turn.
Every turn is a good Cenarius turn. How many cards do they have left? Can we actually mouse over their cards really quickly and actually see? Yeah, 6 cards for orange actually. It's running out, and 8 cards for Strifecro. So Strifecro is also running out. All these trading.
I feel like the big collision's going to happen before that point. Like,
Mhm.
Kel'Thuzad's getting played at some point in the next couple turns. I think Strifeco's actually, like, really debating not attacking.
He didn't attack with the Keeper of the Grove last turn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if it's consistent about it, then he knows that his opponent's hat is super dead. Cenarius is going to come down and actually buff these guys? Whoa. And he's going to hold off to attacking. Very,
Wow,
very...
that is really interesting.
Oh, man. Orange is just staring at pressure under pressure. But at the same time, because you played against this Ramp Druid already, you know they don't run Savage or even Force of Nature, right? So the most reach they can do is basically Druid of the Claw and Swipe. So that's 8 damage. And I think Strifecro already played a couple of those already.
I mean, he definitely has to be thinking about that reach, though. I mean, look at the way that Strifeco's played this.
Right. Yeah, Ramp Druid's reach is actually... It's not non-existent, right?
Well, especially now when they have 13 points of damage on the board and they're choosing not to attack, so that way you can't play Molten Giant.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, I can't play anything because he's just going to kill it for free, and I have to do something about this board because if he has a couple points of damage, I'm just going to die. This is a really scary board state for Orange right now. I mean, how would you decipher this range of Strifecro?
Well, if Orange is actually counting how many swipes and how many Druid of the Claws was used, he'll actually make a good move. And Molten Giant, there we go. There's a good move. Black Knight is not going to be too helpful right now. Would be later on. But now...
I mean, I got to imagine Strifecro's just killing this Giant.
And playing KT?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess because you're not going to attack the face... Oh, actually, your opponent did play a Molten already. So do you feel comfortable about attacking the face now?
Well, I think you can attack him with the Zombie Chow. Sort of consistent with your other game plan. Just heal him back up. And so they can't play the other Molten Giant. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, they're both players are kind of running out of cards already. So this game is going to end soon. And
there's a swipe. 5, 9, 13, 17. 18 damage. Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
If he had drawn the swipe instead of the Black Knight, he would. It just. Wait a minute. Never mind. I'm stupid. So yeah, there's the swipe coming in. Wow. Why did he use the swipe there instead of using this? Oh, he doesn't play KT. I'm so stupid.
Of course.
I'm just assuming he's playing the Kel'Thuzad. Instead, he wanted the Shade to be active. So
Now,
big game hunters still no help.
What do you do when your opponent heals you like this? It just feels so bad.
I think you start feeling like you got really outplayed, is what I think. Like, because Strifecro is doing a magnificent job with his reads on this game.
This is super awkward again. Can't BG any of these on the board. And really, it just goes to showcase the power of this deck, right? None of their creatures is actually big gameable, right? The only card is literally a Sneeds that pops out a Alex Strazer or something, you know? And then you can pick game.
Wow, he's just going to have to silence a 4/5.
Oh,
Oh gosh, that's ugly.
that is pretty ugly indeed.
Ancient of War gets picked up.
Oh my god. Although Ancient of War is not a really good KT target because it turns into Ancient of Lore after getting resurrected. Pretty much, right?
Yeah. It's just Ancient after that.
Mm-hmm.
Just Ancient. It doesn't do anything. It's just Ancient.
Okay, interesting.
You didn't heal me. You didn't taunt. You didn't uproot. You didn't draw cards. You're just a 5/5.
That actually reminds me of the 7 mana drops. 7 mana drops are actually the worst to recombobulate because there's nothing good. There's actually nothing good.
You just get like War Golems and stuff.
Yeah, War Golems are the same as Neptulos, are the same as Dr. Booms. They're all the same, right? So like, do not recombobulate. Oh!
Strifecro continuing to not attack. Siphon Soul gets picked up, so he has a way to deal with this Ancient of War here, but I mean, he's starting to really run out of actual options on how to kill his opponent. Like, if this Jiraxis doesn't get down pretty soon, you know, he's just going to be taking fatigue damage.
Yeah, the card count, I think, we have to have another look at the card count. 5 cards for Strifecro and 3 cards from Orange. So Orange is actually drawing 2 fatigue cards. And 2 fatigue cards is not just 3 more damage, right? 2 fatigue cards might be even 9 more damage when it goes to the 4 and 5. So fatigue cards actually wrap up really, really fast. And Orange, of course, is aware of that fact. Do you just Siphon Soul and just play nothing? I guess you can taunt up the Ancient Watcher. But, man, he wants it really badly to play Jaraxxus a little bit earlier, I think. That would be
I don't know. I don't really know if he had an opportunity. I mean, he's been having to fight back on the board for so long too.
So here's the Siphon Soul, and well, resources are gonna be thrown out, I guess. And we know what the bad news is. If he does decide to taunt up this Ancient Watcher, the KT is gonna come out and actually resurrect the 5/8. But no.
Instead, he does nothing.
That reminded me of the RDU match. I'm just saying. I no offense to anybody, but I'm just saying that was a reminder.
No, I mean offense to RDU. That was a terrible play.
Wow. Still not attacking Strifecro. Oh my god.
Strifecro is.
Oh my god.
He's just gonna. I mean, his plan is just. I think just straight up just fatigue him.
He knows what he's doing, and of course, Orange actually kind of wasted his Shadow Flame as well, right? Like, Orange would love to see another Shadow Flame right now.
Gosh, Molten Giant is just making this game so weird.
One of the counters to Molten Giants is especially like just that. Sit behind it and do nothing. Strifecro, if he's doing what he's doing, he's just gonna kill everything on the board and pre-KT and just wait for his opponent to react to this again. Wow, this is such an interesting win condition, don't you think?
I mean, it's very Strifecro.
Very Strifecro.
It's like, well, if I can just kill everything.
Not even attacking with the one down.
Kill me.
Like, oh my god. Twilight Drake gonna come down here. Not really. Oh my god. This is really
weird. Orange is gonna scoop it up.
Just stop the torture. You heal me to full health. I lose.
Wow. What a crazy game that was. So at some point down the road, Strifecro just realized, you know what? If I keep my opponent.
Wow. Game on.
Was that a mulligan for Orange? Oh no, Strifecro said he was gonna coup.
Oh, okay. So draws all the time, you just win the game. But it's so hard to get the perfect draws, obviously.
Yeah. This is certainly a pretty good one, though. Shield Block, Shield Slam, and Acolyte, Whirlwind, and now he's executing Sylvanas after throwing back Shield Block and Shield. Do you like throwing back Shield Block and Shield Slam when you have both of them?
Yeah, I do. Against Paladin, you really want to fight the axe, right? You want to kill those knife jugglers and those pesky outdoors that might even come out. Just start cleaning the board, right? But the Whirlwind is definitely very important.
There's no way you're throwing back Acolyte Whirlwind because of Muster for Metal.
No.
Okay.
There's no way. It's too strong. So yeah. Now Strifecro could play the knife juggler turn 2 here, but of course you always feel like Warrior has the Fire Wind Axe every single time at turn 2. Every single time. You just have that card.
I mean, I gotta believe you're knife juggling here.
Really? I believe you're gonna hero power here.
Put this apple on your head.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you gotta develop this and just hope to start making a push. And now here you definitely have to Cruel Taskmaster coin execute.
Really?
No, you don't have to do that. That's a miserable play.
Okay. Damn it, Admirable! You're like making me all confused and stuff like that. Like usually Paladins do want to play a little bit slower, right? But I don't know. I mean, with the lay on hands especially, I think this is the slower Paladin that goes a little bit more mid-rangey, if anything.
Yeah, I think one of his major considerations is that he just wants to keep armor in check really well, and he wants to have his opponent have to do something. He doesn't want to just be able to have him sit back and do whatever he wants on his own time. He wants him to use shield slams and stuff like this. He wants him to potentially have to use executes. If he doesn't have weapons, he's going to have to do stuff like this, or otherwise he's going to take too much damage.
That's right. So another knife juggler comes down here.
And here's the thing. Now that you saw that happen on turn 3, you can be very confident there's not a weapon in his hand. Otherwise,
That's
it
right.
would have just been Coin Deathbite, or it would have been Fiery War Axe.
Pretty good read by Strifecro there. And this Knife Jiggler is, once again, a little bit of a problem. I mean, sure, Orange can use Whirlwind, but do you really want to use Whirlwind this early? It seems a little bit bad. Gorehowl, though,
Well, he does have a weapon after all, but
that's the very expensive weapon. But yeah, I think with the Gorehowl pick, you can actually be using Whirlwind here because, I mean, Gorehowl does kill 7 things.
yeah, I don't really know what I think of using the Whirlwind without the Acolyte. I think I would tend to would have played Acolyte Whirlwind there, because if he plays Acolyte Whirlwind, he's drawing a card off of it. He's clearing out his opponent's board. His
And the
opponent has
Knife
a Knife
Jiggler will
Juggler.
have to trade. Yeah.
Right, has to run into the Acolyte anyway, or otherwise it's just going to threaten to draw even more cards.
Actually, I do like that play a little bit more because you can save your Crew Taskmaster for the BGH as well to get
Yeah.
rid of some pesky stuff because, you know, we know that Strifecro is not playing any 7 attack creatures, right? Was there even a Dr. Boom in the in Strifecro's Ramp Druid?
We didn't see anything.
We didn't even see it, to be honest, and that was over 2 games. So completely BGH immune, you know? That's what you want.
Yep. Harrison's a really big pickup at this stage, though.
Yeah.
I mean, True Silver Champion, I think, is a card that's one of the most effective ones versus Warrior.
That is, but also Harrison Jones is one of the key cards to go against the Paladin. I mean, if they muster for battle and they hit it once, you're basically playing an insane Ancient of Lord that's like on insane steroids or something, you know?
Yeah.
5 for draw 3 cards and break an opponent's weapon? That's insane.
This looks like it's gonna. I mean, this feels so much like it's gonna be a True Silver Champion turn.
Yeah, I would believe so. You also get to do it afterwards. Dr.
but-
Boom!
All right, so there is big game hunter targets in this one.
Yeah. Alright, so what do you think? If you run Dr. Boom, do you want to run another 7 attack creature plus, like a Ragnaros?
I think it just depends on how it fits. I think it's more a concern of threat count that you need, and much less a concern of baiting out Dr. Booms, because Tyrion's going to be like one of your major threats as Paladin anyway. So it wouldn't surprise me to see something like Ragnaros in here, but I don't think it's necessarily in here because you run Dr. Boom. It just sort of depends.
Okay. That's fair enough.
Either way, that True Silver Champion belongs in the museum,
That's right.
and Brawl's going to get picked up. Brawl is something we've seen rotate out of a lot of these decks recently in favor of just having strong minions.
Okay. Oh, especially the Kit Kat's mid-range version that a lot
Yeah.
of players are using, yeah. That was definitely something. Well, turn 7. Would you like to use the Dr. Boom? I guess you don't have to. You can also Aldor and Shredder, for example.
Would you like a doctor? A boom onto the board.
Oh, man.
Dies you with your boom bot, and then it hits before the Dr. Boom can.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like the Candyman.
I see. But I don't think Strifecro really likes the Candyman too much right here.
I don't know. I think it's great.
Now, I think he prefers not to use it. I mean, if the Dr. Boom does get BGH, your 2 Doombots really need to pick up the slack. And you might, swing Temple back on your 2 opponent's side. Definitely a little bit more thinking required here. Alright, goes with the Shredder and outdoor play.
I mean, I think it's totally fine. It's just he's just getting a lot of presence on the board. He has 2 outdoor peacekeepers, so I think he feels very comfortable playing one of them right now.
Right. And we're gonna see a Belcher here as well. Probably hitting the outdoor because you do not really want to give the Shredder Wind Fury, right?
Yep.
That's always the first thing I go ahead. If you kill a Death Rattle minion, you're giving it Wind Fury. You kill Mad Scientist, you're giving it Wind Fury. It spawns it.
Mad Scientist spawns another Mad Scientist.
Oh man. Wait till that secret happens.
We need a secret that says, if this secret was summoned by Mad Scientist, summon a Mad Scientist.
Oh man.
We don't need
Dr.
that.
Boom? Is this a good turn for Dr. Boom? I mean,
See, here's the thing. This is why I didn't like Dr. Boom afterwards, is because your opponent now has kind of fortified their board presence.
Oh yeah.
with this, and so like the big game hunter starts becoming a bigger swing the more presence your opponent has on the board. So the smaller their board presence is, the less impact that big game hunter is going to have.
Interesting. Yeah. So
Typically,
here,
anyway, it's not always true, but it's typically the
Right.
case.
oh, this is kind of scary. If the shredder actually pops a taunt, it actually messes up things. Oh, that's not quite a taunt. Right? Do remove the boombot first. You do not want your BGs to get sniped. That Belcher days are over.
Yeah,
Kills-
that Despite actually was a really important pickup.
And bloop! The Dr. Boom is dead. Muster and Quartermaster. Well, one of the good options. You can Muster and Quartermaster, kill the Ooze, hit the Ooze first, and then bomb on the Ooze to maybe snipe a 4-2. That way your board is pretty good, pretty immune to this Despite Death Rattle, right? You don't want to play a Muster just, you know, a naked Muster, right? Against against that one durability Despite that's terrible.
I don't see much of a better turn that he's going to get from this. It's like I just feel like he has to Quartermaster.
Yeah, definitely immediately. It does get owned by Baron. Yeah. Baron was a card that actually deals with this really, really a lot.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, so that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to really hope this Boombot takes out this big game hunter, which it's not. So, I mean, he still ends up with a pretty decent turn, though. I mean, this is not the easiest combated position for Orange. I mean, he does have Brawl, but like, do you want to expend Brawl right here? I think this is just an Alex turn. Yeah, just get in there.
Just the YOLO turn. Do you also use the Despite then?
Well,
Because
if you're gonna use the Despite, I imagine you should have played Alex. Oh,
Well,
never
no,
mind.
no,
That would be
no.
stupid. Yeah.
That-
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Yeah, he's just gonna go for it. This is like really heavy pressure now, but I don't think he anticipates this much heal from Strifecro's deck.
Right. Anti-heal bot and lay on hands. That's a lot.
Yeah, but you know this Light's Justice is not going to be able to take out the 4/1 big game hunter. He's gonna have to use a minion for this. So I mean I'm pretty in favor of using anti-heal bot and big game hunter here.
That's a pretty good move.
You know, he has to think about Brawl himself, though. That's sort of the benefit of Orange's play here, is that even when this backfires and Strifecro's got a ton of answers to this, he can just Brawl and recover the board position.
Sure, but then he hasn't drawn any Fire War Axes yet. Fire War Axe would be pretty good to clear the leftover thing that survives from the Brawl, or maybe drawing an Armistice perhaps. So, yeah. I don't think you're gonna hit this 4-1 BGH with your face. That feels
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it'd be terrible. He's gonna come back from the junk heap, and big game hunter's got the beast in his sights, which is actually a dragon, not a beast. That's flavor team, please.
Yep. Then of course reporting for duty. And yeah, there you go. Brawl looking pretty good here.
Yeah, I don't really see I don't really see something else happening. Really.
Right? Do you want to shield block first and see what you get?
Do you want to take 9, 13, 14, 15? Do you want to take 16 damage? The answer is no.
So let's just shield block him first. See if we draw into anything. Ragnaros, uneven. It's also a lot of pressure. Well, let's see what survives here. If the one who survives, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna get shield slam. Oh,
That one definitely is getting shield slam though.
4 damage.
Yeah, he just can't afford to be paying life right now. He needs to have this board state be so clean going into his big turn. Tyrion gets picked up for Strifecro, and there's no access to shield slam Sylvanas. Actually, now that I think about that, I don't think he should have shield slammed.
But then he would have
Wow.
lost the armor anyways.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Oh gosh, that's brutal. Oh. Ow.
Duh.
Oh, and he doesn't have another shield slam in his deck either.
Yeah, well, a good thing is that if the Sylvanas does drop here, Strifecro doesn't have access to like silence or anything. So, for example, Orange can just YOLO Sylvanas and try to take a steal, maybe like a 25% steal, because obviously as soon as Sylvanas is on the board, and also Orange used the Brawl already, so Strifecro is just gonna look to swarm the board now.
Put your faith in the
Put your faith in the light. That's exactly what Strifecro is going to do. And someone needs to call Artosis for Orange and tell him, get the information on how to execute your own Sylvanas. He's a master at doing that. But for now, this is like a huge risk he's going to have to take, because Strifecro is going to be able to load up his board and really reduce the impact from this Sylvanas, but he's going to have to gamble as well. Black Knight's not going to do any good.
Black Knight is going to do something, because if the Tyrion does get stolen, well, I can deal with it, you know?
Yeah. Oh, gosh. This turn is so crazy.
Wait. Strifecro can only play 2 minions. He can't play 3. So the maximum minions he can play is 2. If he wants to force the issue of Sylvanas, then... Oh, bah.
I mean, there's a chance he just attacks his opponent's face here.
Sure.
Like if
Yeah,
you just
sometimes
go
to-
8 to the dome and then play piloted Sky Golem and Hero Power.
Piloted Sky Golem. You want to put another big threat for your opponent to steal. Ooh,
It's just a lot of damage you got coming.
that's right. Alright, Strifecro needs to move quickly now.
Yeah, I can see a lot of merit to just lay on handsing too.
Oh! What's gonna happen?
Oh, and it takes
Oh,
the 1/1, and that is a disaster for Orange right now.
Oh, it dies to the weapon as well. That's how bad that is.
I don't think there's any way that Orange is coming back from this board position. That is a massive swing in the game. But that's part of the power that Paladin holds, is against a card like Sylvanas, it always can make an extra minion to reduce the chance that something valuable gets stolen.
Wow. Look at Strifecro's happy face. He's so excited right now. Look at him.
I think Strifecro's thinking of, he's like, could I have done that better? And we're like, I think you did it pretty good. Be happy about the outcome. Be joyous.
Strifecro,
Look at
smile.
Orange. Look at Orange on the other hand. He was just, the reaction that you got out of him, where it was like, oh my gosh, because it's going to be so hard for him to win the game after that.
Oh man. Well,
forcing-
wow, it's gonna go. Oh, that is so gross. You're killing a Tyrion, but the Tyrion's not dead. Tyrion's soul lives on in the Ashbringer. And Harrison is already used from Orange's side too, right?
He's about to take 13 damage this turn as well. Sludge Belcher's going to come down. Another token is going to come down. Strifecro actually, there's a lot of merit, I think, to keeping. How does he keep himself alive in best here? So like if he plays Sludge Belcher, then he's not liable to die to Grom and the
They have
Gorehound.
Hasbro as well too. So
If he goes to 22 though, 12, he's still not able to die to Grom here.
of course not. Yeah.
That's the,
Another shielded mini bot. Oh man.
damage comes crashing in, and I think it's just a matter of moments until Orange finds out that this game is about to be done. Unless I mean, I don't know what on earth he could do to get out of this game. But Death Bite is not going to do it.
That's
and
right.
Strifecro is going to take this match 3-1 after some fantastic Druid play, and then an opponent Sylvanas stealing a 1/1 while Tyrion is on the board.
Yep. Orange is just acknowledging it to himself that, yep. This one's it. I will try harder in the losers brackets, I guess. And yeah, there you go. Pops this out, see what he gets. Master of Disguise, and boom. Or Strifecro does advance out of the winners bracket.